So back in June of 2025, Prosper was a part of a festival. And during this festival, we were giving out plants, we were giving out different garden materials. And I stumbled upon this guy that had been gardening his entire life. So if you would have asked me how old he was, he probably was in his 70s. And so I always wondered if it was possible to overwinter your banana plants outdoors if you're in a cold climate like I am. I'm in 5B. So if you think about people that are in Canada, they're in grow zones 3A, 3B, 4A, so forth and so on. And he told me this. He said that if you want to overwinter your banana plants, if you want to overwinter citrus trees, Mediterranean trees, so forth and so on, what you need to do is you need to collect huge bags of leaves and you need to stuff it around the base. Now, with bananas, for example, I've got an area here and then back there. He says you want to cut the bananas at the base and leave the roots exactly where they are. Fill up your area about 3 feet high, and then you won't have to worry about taking your plants indoors. Something I want to make really clear. You can see one of the projects that I've been working on, indoor sauna. But for your citrus trees, like I said, your lemons, your oranges, your grapefruit, so forth and so on, I don't want any confusion. Do not cut those trees at the base when you overwinter them. You could prune them back, but stuff that all of the leaves that you can around the entire tree. Okay. So we're only cutting the bananas at the base, not the entire tree if we're dealing with trees. Okay. Because for me, I've had bananas that have grown 15, 20 feet tall. And then I put all this stress, time, and effort into overwintering them. And then when I bring them back out, they've already matured and then they die off anyway. So what tends to happen with a banana is the roots are going to continue to spread throughout the winter because the leaves are insulating the roots, right? So the roots aren't going to die. They're going to get that insulation. Not only that, as it starts to warm up just a little bit, you've got the centipedes, the millipedes, the what are the little roly polies? They're going to come and then they're going to decompose the leaves, making more organic matter. Okay. So now you're going to have an area of even more fertile soil, which you can plant other things around it, or you can use it as compost. But what tends to happen is we have to use what we have in the climates that we're in. So had I known this years back, some of the lemon trees that I've tried to let them grow outdoors and they died because guess what? They were in a climate where they couldn't survive. And yes, I thought about bringing them in, and I've had years of bringing them in, even my grapefruits and lemon lime trees as well. But with this particular trick that he told me, I'm going to be able to carry this, I mean, for the rest of my life and teach my kids and their kids on what they can do if they're in a cold climate and they don't have the room or they don't have the knowledge of what it takes to kind of preserve what they have. So right now, particular area here is maybe about 2.5 feet, but I want to stuff it up to about, I don't know, 4 feet high. So let's go ahead. I'm going to open my bag up and I'm just continuing to fill. Now, the reason why I'm doing this now, and I've been doing this for, since what, October, just constantly putting leaves And I'm not buying the leads. You can go on Facebook. You can go on the Facebook Marketplace, and people are giving away leaves. If you drive by and you see bags of leaves, just ask them. There was a guy that gave me 20 bags of leaves 2 months ago. So your resources are out there, even if you don't have a lot of leaves that fall during the fall, going in the winter. Then you just stuff it like that. Now, this should get me through the rest of the winter. And the reason why I'm doing this now is because we've got a big snowstorm coming. And so I know that the piles will start to break down. And I don't want to take that chance on that extreme weather coming to kind of destroy what we have going on. And so I'm going to do the same thing on that side. So that side is a little bit more spread out. It's got more bananas over there than this small area here. So I'm gonna open the bags up here. And I'm gonna do the same thing. I'll have to do this for a couple more rounds on that one just because the area is so big. You'll get the point. So he told me to never let your pal go under 2 feet. Once you go under 2 feet, you could potentially have an issue, although in most cases it would be fine. So, as a rule of thumb, don't let your pal go below 2 feet. Preferably, you want it around 3. But for me, I kind of like to have that extra cushion and get it to 4 if I can. All right. So again, if you've got an orange tree, if you've got a lemon tree or a lime, if you've got banana. So the only difference with your banana is you're gonna cut it down at the base. Maybe your oranges, your lemons, your citrus, some of your Mediterranean trees. Maybe you prune them back before you mulch them at the bottom really good. Maybe throw you some grass clippings on top of that, and then you can start to stuff the leaves around your entire tree. Okay. Now, if you're somewhere cold and you got a big tree, then you may have to do a little bit more work, or potentially try to get your tree into a greenhouse or something, right? So, yes, we do have a greenhouse, but that greenhouse is not big enough to house bananas at their peak. Okay. So, I appreciate you guys for listening. We've got more videos coming out. Hey, gardening season is almost here. For a lot of us, gardening season is always here, but people usually get a little bit more excited going into April, May, so forth and so on. But the time to really get going is now. And for me, thinking about my collards, my cabbages, my kale, I don't want to be fighting, pests during the peak season. I want to get my crops out early. That way we can enjoy them before the bugs start to really come and wreak havoc. Okay. Till next time, guys. We're out.